In the boundless blue, where sunlight dances through shifting currents and shadows drift across endless depths, a silent force moves with purpose and grace. When we think of sharks, we often picture them as powerful hunters, the kings of the ocean's food chain, majestic, mysterious, and ever watchful. Their razor-sharp teeth and streamlined bodies evoke images of swift, deadly chases, of sudden bursts of speed as they pursue their quarry through the liquid wilderness. Yet beneath this reputation as formidable predators lies a deeper, more intricate story, one woven into the very fabric of the ocean's existence. In the vast, shimmering world beneath the waves, sharks are not just hunters. They are the ocean's unseen cleaners, the tireless stewards of balance and renewal. With every meal, they perform a vital service, scavenging the remains of the fallen, ensuring that nothing in this underwater realm goes to waste. Like the ocean's own custodians, they consume everything from the colossal remains of whales to the delicate feathers of a drifting seabird, transforming decay into sustenance for countless others. This ancient duty is essential. As they sweep the sea floor and patrol the open water, sharks prevent the spread of disease and keep the ocean's cycles in motion, a role they have fulfilled for millions of years. In the heart of the South Pacific, the lagoon of New-Caledonia glows with turquoise brilliance, a sanctuary of life, the largest lagoon on Earth. Spanning 9,000 square miles, this protected expanse is a living tapestry, woven with vibrant coral, swirling fish, and the ever-present guardians, sharks. Here, the eternal cycle of life and death unfolds in vivid detail. Scavenging is not a grim task, but a celebration of renewal, as every fallen creature becomes the foundation for new life. Sharks are the primary orchestrators of this process, their presence commanding respect from all who share these waters. As opportunistic feeders, they are endlessly adaptable, sampling whatever the ocean offers from the smallest morsel to the largest feast. This flexibility is the secret to their survival and to the thriving diversity of the marine world around them. Far from being mindless, sharks are intelligent, curious, and deeply attuned to the rhythms of their environment. Their interactions with other creatures are subtle, complex, and vital to the ocean's harmony. In this underwater world, every being has a role to play, every action a ripple in the web of life. The passing of one life is never the end, but the beginning of nourishment for many, an endless cycle of transformation and renewal. With senses honed by evolution, sharks detect the faintest traces of a meal, seeking out what would otherwise be lost to rot and disease and turning it into life. They are the ocean's ultimate recyclers, breaking down the old and the fallen, returning precious nutrients to the water, fueling the growth of plankton, corals, and fish. This invisible labor sustains the entire food web, from the tiniest drifting plankton to the mightiest predators. Without these diligent cleaners, imbalance would spread, and the vibrant reefs, alive with color and movement, would fade into silence and decay. The story of sharks is one of duality, hunter and caretaker, predator and provider, each role essential to the ocean's survival. In every movement they embody both the relentless pursuit of life and the quiet duty of renewal. They glide over reefs and through open water, vigilant and purposeful, guardians of the sea's purity and balance. Their lives are woven into the stories of countless other creatures, each encounter a testament to the complexity and wonder of the marine world. Through shifting tides and changing ages, sharks have adapted, survived, and shaped the destiny of the seas. They are not monsters lurking in the deep, but vital members of a vast community, worthy of awe, respect, and a place in the eternal story of the ocean. In the far reaches of the French frigate shoals, where turquoise waters meet untouched sands, a silent drama unfolds beneath the waves each year. On the sun-bleached beaches, thousands of black-footed albatross chicks gather, their feathers ruffled by the ocean breeze as they prepare for their first uncertain flight. For these young birds, the promise of freedom is shadowed by a lurking peril, as the boundary between land and sea becomes a gauntlet of survival. In the shallows, a solitary tiger shark glides with ghostly patience, its striped body blending seamlessly with the shifting patterns of sunlight on the sandy bottom. The shark's arrival is no accident. It has learned the rhythms of this place, timing its approach to coincide with the fledgling's first attempts at flight. With keen senses, the tiger shark circles, reading every ripple and shadow, waiting for the moment when opportunity and instinct align. The young albatrosses, awkward and untested, struggle to lift themselves from the water's surface, their wings beating frantically as they try to escape the pull of the sea. The tiger shark's stripes break up its outline, making it nearly invisible as it stalks the shallows, a master of stealth in a world of light and shadow. It moves with deliberate slowness, conserving energy, every muscle poised for the sudden burst of speed that will decide the fate of its quarry. When the time comes, the chicks launch together in a frantic, synchronized rush, their numbers offering a fleeting shield against the dangers below. But for the one who hesitates, who falters in the surf, the ocean silence is broken by the approach of the hunter. In a flash, the tiger shark explodes from stillness, its powerful tail propelling it forward in a blur of motion. Its jaws, lined with serrated teeth, snap shut with precision, slicing through flesh and bone with ease, a design perfected by countless generations. The encounter is swift, a testament to the relentless balance of predator and prey that shapes life in these waters. The tiger shark's solitary hunt is a display of intelligence and adaptability. It reads the currents, the tides, and the behavior of its prey, adjusting its tactics with each passing season. It does not wander aimlessly. Each patrol is purposeful, each movement calculated to maximize the chance of success. Year after year, the shark returns to this place, guided by memory and the promise of abundance, a ritual written into its very being. The rewards are great. A successful hunt means a surge of energy, vital for survival, in a world where the next meal is never guaranteed. The tiger shark's menu is vast. Fish, birds, turtles, almost anything that crosses its path can become prey, a testament to its adaptability. Even the unexpected finds its way into its jaws, shells, bones, and the detritus of the sea, all consumed in the endless quest for sustenance. This willingness to eat almost anything allows the tiger shark to thrive in coral reefs, open ocean, and coastal shallows alike, adapting to the challenges of each environment. The hunt for albatross chicks is just one chapter in the tiger shark's story, a dramatic display of its prowess and the ever-present tension of life in the sea. Yet the tiger shark is more than a hunter. It is also a cleaner, consuming the fallen and the weak, ensuring that nothing is wasted in this delicate ecosystem. When a chick succumbs to exhaustion and drifts lifeless on the water, the shark's role shifts. It removes the remains, preventing decay and keeping the ocean pristine. This seamless transition between hunter and scavenger is the mark of a true opportunist, a creature perfectly attuned to the rhythms of its world. Through patience, adaptability, and solitary mastery, the tiger shark endures, an ancient predator patrolling the seas as it has for millions of years, forever shaped by the challenges and opportunities of its ever-changing ocean home. Far from the comforting embrace of any island, the open Pacific Ocean stretches endlessly, a boundless blue wilderness, where survival is a daily test of skill, instinct, and adaptation. Here the rules of life are written by the currents, the seasons, and the relentless pursuit of food. In this vast expanse, food is a precious commodity, scattered thinly across hundreds of miles. The creatures that call this place home must be both opportunistic and resourceful, for a single meal can mean the difference between life and death. To overcome these challenges, predators have evolved remarkable strategies, sometimes working in concert, sometimes in competition, but always in a delicate balance that sustains the ecosystem. When opportunity arises, a symphony of hunters assembles, each playing a unique role in the unfolding drama. The performance often begins with bottlenose dolphins, highly intelligent, social mammals whose communication and coordination are legendary. Moving as a single fluid unit, they scan the blue for signs of prey, their clicks and whistles echoing through the water. Upon finding a school of baitfish, the dolphins spring into action. With astonishing precision, they herd the panicked fish, corralling them into a tight, shimmering sphere, a bait ball, near the sunlit surface. The dolphins' teamwork transforms chaos into opportunity. This living pantry, however, does not go unnoticed. The commotion sends ripples through the water, drawing the attention of other hunters lurking in the blue. From the depths, a new wave of predators approaches. Sleek, powerful, and ever watchful, sharks are drawn by the vibrations and scent of distressed fish. Among them, silky sharks glide into view, their namesake skin glinting in the filtered sunlight. These hunters are built for endurance, able to traverse great distances in search of sustenance. Their large, sensitive eyes are perfectly adapted for the dim world beneath the bait ball, allowing them to strike with deadly accuracy even in the gloom. With swift, agile movements, the sharks slice through the dense mass of fish, scattering them and seizing their share in the frenzy. The water churns with energy as the hunt intensifies. Each predator, driven by hunger, adds to the chaos, yet the spectacle is far from over. Overhead, the sharp eyes of gannets and brown petrels scan the surface. These seabirds are masters of aerial reconnaissance, able to spot the silvery flash of fish from high above. With a sudden burst of speed, they climb and then plummet, wings folded, spearing into the water like living arrows. Their arrival from above adds a new dimension to the hunt, sending the bait ball into further disarray. The feeding frenzy escalates, a swirling maelstrom of teeth, beaks, and fins. The ocean's orchestra reaches a fever pitch as more predators join the melee. Suddenly, from the periphery, yellowfin tuna surge into the fray. These muscular, torpedo-shaped fish are among the ocean's fastest swimmers, capable of explosive bursts of speed. With jaws agape, they dart through the bait ball, outpacing even the most frantic fish, their movements a blur of power and precision. Now dolphins, sharks, birds and tuna converge in a breathtaking display of nature's complexity. Each species, with its own strengths and tactics, contributes to the overwhelming assault. In mere minutes, the baitfish school is reduced to scattered scales and fleeting shadows, a testament to the ruthless efficiency of this multi-species collaboration. Each predator exploits the opportunities created by the others. Dolphins herd, sharks ambush, tuna chase, and birds strike from above. Their interactions are a delicate dance, shaped by competition and cooperation alike. Yet even in the aftermath, the story is not one of total destruction. A handful of baitfish, driven by desperation, seek refuge in the unlikeliest of places. In a remarkable twist, they cluster around the very predators that hunted them, using the bulk of silky sharks as a living shield against the relentless tuna. For a fleeting moment, the shark becomes an unwitting protector, its presence deterring the swift, agile tuna from making a final strike. The tuna, wary of the larger predator, hesitate at the edge of this living barrier, granting the surviving baitfish a slim chance at escape. This intricate ballet of life and death reveals the true nature of the open ocean, a place where the boundaries between predator, prey, and protector are ever shifting, and where the balance of the ecosystem is maintained through both rivalry and alliance. In this symphony of survival, every participant plays a vital part, ensuring the continued vitality of the blue wilderness. In the tranquil embrace of New-Caledonia's lagoon, where sunlight dances across the water's surface and the coral gardens stretch as far as the eye can see, a silent drama unfolds beneath the waves. Here, the whitetip reef shark reigns as a master of stealth and strategy, perfectly attuned to the rhythms of the reef. Sleek and slender, The white-tip reef shark glides effortlessly over the vibrant corals, its streamlined body built for agility and precision. With every movement, it weaves through the labyrinth of the reef, a silent shadow in a world of color. Unlike many of their solitary cousins, white-tip reef sharks are social hunters. They form tight-knit packs moving as a coordinated unit through the maze of coral, their senses finely tuned to the pulse of the reef. As dusk falls and the reef slips into darkness, the white-tip reef sharks come alive. Night transforms the coral into a realm of opportunity where the shark's true prowess is revealed. While many reef dwellers seek shelter, the white-tips begin their hunt, slipping into crevices and under ledges with uncanny grace. Working in unison, the pack fans out, each member exploring a different corner of the reef. Their cooperation allows them to cover vast territory, flushing out hidden prey that would elude a lone hunter. Their synchronized movements are a marvel of natural teamwork. Each shark anticipates the actions of the others, turning the hunt into a ballet of precision and purpose. But it is not just their cooperation that sets them apart. The white-tip reef shark is equipped with a remarkable adaptation, a sixth sense that reveals the invisible. Along their snouts, hundreds of tiny pores, known as the ampullae of Lorenzini, form a delicate network, each one a window into the hidden world of electrical signals. With these specialized organs, the white-tip can sense the faintest electrical fields produced by the heartbeat of a fish or the subtle twitch of a crustacean buried in sand. So sensitive are these receptors that even the tiniest charge, a millionth of a volt, can be detected, guiding the shark to prey hidden from sight. A fish buried beneath the sand, a crustacean wedged in a crevice, none can escape the white-tip's secret sense. The reef's hidden life is laid bare to these silent hunters. To the white-tip, the reef is alive with invisible signals, a glowing map of opportunity and survival. When a creature is in distress, its electrical signature intensifies, sending out a beacon that draws the sharks from afar. The pack responds with swift precision, converging on the source. The frantic movements of a trapped fish send ripples through the water, a signal impossible for the white-tip to ignore. The sharks close in, their senses guiding them unerringly. The pack surrounds the struggling prey, each shark taking its place in the unfolding scene, their actions guided by instinct and the invisible language of the reef. With powerful jaws and coordinated effort, the sharks dismantle obstacles, freeing the trapped and restoring balance to their world. In these moments, the white-tip reef sharks act as both predators and caretakers, maintaining the delicate harmony of the coral ecosystem. The white-tip reef shark possesses yet another trait that distinguishes it from many of its kin, a unique approach to rest and energy conservation. While some sharks must swim endlessly to breathe, the white-tip can pause, lying motionless on the ocean floor, its body perfectly adapted to pump water over its gills. This ability allows the white-tip to rest in hidden alcoves, conserving energy for the next hunt, and to ambush unsuspecting prey that ventures too close. Camouflaged among the corals, the white-tip becomes a living part of the reef, patient and poised, a silent sentinel awaiting the perfect moment to strike. Through their social bonds, extraordinary senses, and remarkable adaptability, white-tip reef sharks play a vital role in the reef's intricate web of life. They are both hunters and guardians, shaping the balance of this underwater world with every silent glide and every coordinated hunt. Over 400 million years of evolution, sharks have developed an extraordinary suite of sensory adaptations and feeding mechanisms, making them some of the most efficient and specialized predators in the ocean. Their biology is a testament to the power of natural selection, with each sense and anatomical feature finely tuned for survival in a vast and often challenging marine environment. Among the most remarkable of these adaptations is the ampullae of Lorenzini, a network of tiny jelly-filled pores concentrated around the snout. These specialized electroreceptors allow sharks to detect the faintest electrical fields produced by the muscle contractions of other animals, even those hidden beneath sand or in murky water. This sixth sense enables sharks to locate prey with astonishing precision, even when other senses might be limited. In addition to their electrical sense, sharks possess an olfactory system that is among the most sensitive in the animal kingdom. Their elongated, highly developed olfactory bulbs process chemical cues in the water, allowing them to detect minute concentrations of substances such as blood, amino acids, or oils released by potential prey or injured animals. A single drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool is enough to trigger a response, as water flows continuously through their nostrils, carrying vital information about the surrounding environment. This acute sense of smell enables sharks to track scent trails over vast distances, homing in on struggling animals or carrion with unerring accuracy. The ability to follow these chemical gradients is crucial for survival in the open ocean, where food can be scarce and widely dispersed. Unlike mammals, a shark's nostrils are dedicated solely to olfaction, not respiration. Water is drawn in and expelled, constantly refreshing the sensory input and allowing the shark to build a three-dimensional map of scent in its environment. The feeding apparatus of sharks is equally sophisticated. Their jaws are lined with multiple rows of teeth, each tooth a product of evolutionary engineering designed for gripping, cutting, or crushing, depending on the species and its preferred prey. The arrangement of teeth in a conveyor belt fashion ensures that a lost or damaged tooth is quickly replaced. New teeth develop in the back rows and move forward, maintaining a continuous supply of sharp, functional tools. This process is rapid. Some species, like the whitetip reef shark, can replace a lost tooth in as little as 18 days. Over a lifetime, a single shark may produce and shed up to 20,000 teeth, ensuring that its bite remains lethal and efficient. The whitetip reef shark, for example, demonstrates this remarkable dental turnover, with new teeth constantly emerging to replace those lost during feeding or combat. The ocean floor beneath a shark's territory is often littered with shed teeth, silent evidence of this ongoing process of renewal and adaptation. This endless supply of sharp teeth ensures that sharks are always equipped to seize, immobilize, and consume their prey, regardless of the challenges posed by their environment or the defenses of their quarry. The diversity of shark teeth is a direct reflection of their evolutionary history and ecological roles. Some species possess broad, flat teeth for crushing shells, while others have slender, needle-like teeth for grasping slippery fish. The whitetip reef shark, for instance, has evolved two distinct types of teeth: triangular, serrated teeth in the upper jaw for slicing and gripping, and narrow, pointed teeth in the lower jaw for piercing and holding. The upper jaw's jagged, saw-like teeth are ideal for cutting through flesh and restraining struggling prey, while the lower jaw's needle-like teeth are specialized for puncturing and securing slippery fish. This dual arrangement allows the white-tip reef shark to exploit a wide variety of prey, from agile fish to armored crustaceans, maximizing its success on the reef. Such versatility is a hallmark of shark evolution, with each species' dentition tailored to its ecological niche and feeding strategy. The tiger shark, by contrast, is equipped with large, deeply serrated teeth, capable of slicing through the tough shells of sea turtles and the bones of marine mammals, enabling it to exploit food sources unavailable to many other predators. The integration of these highly specialized senses and feeding adaptations makes sharks supremely effective hunters. Their ability to detect electrical fields, chemical cues, and subtle movements, combined with a jaw full of ever-renewing teeth, ensures their dominance in marine food webs. Sharks also possess excellent vision, with eyes adapted to low-light conditions. A reflective layer behind the retina, called the tapetum lucidum, enhances their ability to see in the dim blue depths where many of their prey reside. When a shark locates its target, powerful jaw muscles and a specialized skeletal structure allow for rapid extension and a forceful bite, driving rows of razor-sharp teeth into flesh, bone, or shell. Far from being primitive, sharks are the result of hundreds of millions of years of evolutionary refinement. Their sensory biology, dental adaptations, and feeding mechanisms have enabled them to thrive in every ocean on Earth long before the first dinosaurs appeared, and continue to secure their place as apex predators in the modern sea. In the vast, sunlit blue of the Pacific, the lives of dolphins and sharks are woven together in a silent, ancient dance. Here, encounters between these two top predators are not rare. They are a part of the daily rhythm of the sea, each animal guided by instinct, hunger, and the unspoken rules of survival. Though they often share the same hunting grounds, their relationship is one of wary respect, not alliance. Each senses the presence of the other, every movement measured, every glance a silent message. One day, near the coral-fringed islands of New-Caledonia, a tense encounter unfolded, a moment that revealed the depth of dolphin society and the raw edge of survival. A pod of bottlenose dolphins, gliding through the water with their young calves nestled safely in the center, suddenly sensed a shadow, a large silver-tip shark, drawn by the movement and vulnerability of the group. For the calves, the shark was a silent, looming threat. Their small bodies, still learning the ways of the ocean, were easy prey for such a formidable hunter. Instantly, the adult dolphins responded. Their bodies tensed, their clicks and whistles grew sharper, a flurry of communication that rippled through the pod. In a heartbeat, the pod shifted from tranquil travel to a defensive formation. Each dolphin took its place, forming a living barrier between the shark and their young. Their movements became synchronized, a ballet of protection. With clicks and body language, they coordinated their actions, each dolphin attuned to the others, united by a single purpose: to defend the next generation. The dolphins began to spiral around the shark, their numbers and agility overwhelming the solitary predator. The water pulsed with energy, every twist and turn a message of defiance. They darted in tight, fast circles, blocking the shark's path, nipping at its flanks and driving it away from the vulnerable calves. Their unity was their strength, their courage unmistakable. This was more than instinct, it was a display of intelligence and social bonds. Each dolphin played its part, communicating through a symphony of clicks, whistles, and body movements, their teamwork seamless and precise. The adults formed a living shield, their bodies a wall of protection around the calves. In this moment, the safety of the pod outweighed all else. The shark, powerful but alone, found itself outmaneuvered at every turn. The dolphin's relentless defense left it confused and frustrated, unable to break through their ranks. The dolphins flashed aggressive postures, their bodies arched and fins rigid, sending a clear warning. The shark, encircled and outnumbered, hesitated, its predatory confidence shaken. Gradually, the dolphins pressed their advantage, forcing the silver-tip shark deeper and farther from the surface, away from the calves and the heart of the pod. With swift, powerful movements, the dolphins bumped and jostled the shark, their bodies a blur of determination. Each strike was a message: you are not welcome here. At last, the shark yielded, slipping away into the deep blue, its challenge repelled by the unity and courage of the pod. In this encounter, the balance of power shifted. The shark, so often the hunter, became the outmatched intruder, reminded that in the ocean, strength comes in many forms. The dolphin's victory was not just physical, it was a triumph of communication, intelligence, and the unbreakable bonds of family. As the pod regrouped, swimming close and tight, their unity was a living testament to the power of community in the wild. For the calves, this was more than a narrow escape. It was a lesson written in the language of the sea. They watched, learned, and remembered, their elders' courage and teamwork etched into their memory. In the endless blue, survival is not just about teeth and speed. It is about intelligence, communication, and the unbreakable ties of family, a truth that echoes through every encounter between dolphins and sharks. The green sea turtle is a living relic, a silent witness to the rise and fall of continents and a survivor of countless epochs. For 15 million years, these ancient mariners have glided through the world's oceans, their lineage stretching back to a time before the first humans ever walked the earth. Each year, driven by instincts honed over millennia, green turtles embark on a migration of epic proportions. They traverse thousands of miles of open ocean, braving powerful currents and vast empty blue, to return to the very islands where their own lives began. Upon arrival, the ritual of life continues. Mating takes place in the shallows, and under the cover of darkness, the females drag themselves ashore, their heavy bodies leaving deep tracks in the sand as they search for the perfect nesting site. Their journey is guided by an extraordinary internal compass. With unwavering determination, they navigate by sensing the Earth's magnetic field, a natural GPS encoded in their very being. Tiny magnetic minerals in their brains allow them to read the invisible lines of force that crisscross the planet, guiding them with astonishing accuracy across the endless, featureless ocean to the beaches of their birth. Yet this odyssey is fraught with peril. The open ocean is a realm of hidden threats, swift predators, sudden storms, and the ever-present shadow of hunger. As the turtles approach the nesting islands of New-Caledonia, the dangers intensify. In the shallows, predators gather, drawn by the promise of an easy meal. At high tide, blacktip reef sharks glide silently through the turquoise waters, their senses attuned to the faintest movement. The turtles must cross this gauntlet, their every movement watched by hungry eyes. The sandbars and shallows become arenas of life and death, where only the most vigilant survive. On land, the struggle continues. The females, built for the sea, are slow and awkward as they laboriously haul themselves up the beach, exposed and vulnerable. In these moments, the sharks seize their chance. For some turtles, the journey ends here, claimed by the relentless cycle of predator and prey. Each turtle that survives this gauntlet is a testament to resilience, their perilous passage ensuring the continuation of their kind, but the dangers do not end with the laying of eggs. The fragile buried clutches are vulnerable to a host of natural threats, crabs, monitor lizards, and even the shifting sands themselves. For the exhausted mother, a new hazard awaits. If the tide recedes before she can return to the sea, she may find herself stranded on the exposed coral, far from the safety of the water. The sun beats down mercilessly as the water slips away, leaving her isolated and defenseless on the jagged reef. Trapped and unable to move, she is at the mercy of the elements and the ever-watchful predators of the sea. The scent of her distress travels swiftly on the currents, a silent signal to the grey reef sharks and blacktip sharks that patrol these waters. Guided by their acute sense of smell, the sharks converge, drawn to the promise of an easy meal. The cycle of life and death continues, each loss feeding the balance of the reef. In this harsh world, every creature plays a role. The death of one turtle sustains many others, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life in the ocean. Months later, the next generation stirs beneath the sand. Tiny hatchlings no bigger than a human hand break free from their shells and instinctively race towards the waiting sea. Their dash across the open beach is a desperate sprint, every second a battle against lurking predators and the unforgiving elements. Ghost crabs scuttle in the shadows, while the silhouettes of predatory fish and sharks wait in the shallows. The beach itself becomes a gauntlet where only the swift and the lucky survive. In the surf, blacktip sharks and giant trevally, swift and relentless, patrol the shallows, ready to snap up any hatchling that enters their domain. From above, terns dive with deadly precision, plucking the vulnerable young from the sand and surf in a flurry of wings and beaks. The odds are staggering. For every 100 eggs laid, perhaps only one hatchling will survive the onslaught of predators and the perils of the open sea to reach adulthood. Yet, Those that do survive carry with them the hopes of their species, each one a vital link in the intricate web of ocean life. The green turtle's journey is not just a tale of survival, but a testament to the resilience and ecological importance of these ancient mariners, whose presence helps maintain the delicate balance of the marine world. In the vast, mysterious depths of the ocean, the fall of a giant is a rare and momentous event. The cycle of life and death here is ancient and unyielding, and when a truly massive creature succumbs, the consequences ripple through the marine world in ways both profound and far-reaching. The ocean's giants, be they whales, great sharks, or colossal rays, are not immortal. Their lives, though long and powerful, are shaped by the relentless forces of nature, predation, disease, starvation, and the inexorable passage of time. When one of these titans falls, it is not merely the end of a life, but the beginning of a transformation that touches every level of the ecosystem. In New-Caledonia, the dry season brings hardship to many creatures. The land withers, and the search for sustenance drives animals to the edge of endurance. Some, like the wild deer, are compelled to risk everything, swimming across vast lagoons in search of new grazing grounds. The journey is perilous, stretching up to 2 miles across open water, where exhaustion and the unknown lurk beneath the surface. Many do not survive. Their strength fails, and the sea claims them, their bodies drifting down to become part of the ocean's endless cycle. Yet in death, they are not lost. Their remains become a feast, sustaining a host of marine scavengers and predators, each playing their part in the grand design. The faintest trace of blood, detectable at a concentration of 1 part in 100 million, is enough to awaken the senses of the lagoon's most formidable hunters. For sharks, this is the call to action, a signal that opportunity awaits. The arrival of a carcass can trigger a feeding frenzy, a wild and chaotic ballet where caution is cast aside and the drive to feed takes over. In these moments, the ocean's hierarchy is on full display as strength, speed, and hunger collide. The sharks, usually solitary and wary, become competitors, each striving to claim their share of the bounty before it vanishes. But the fall of a deer is a mere prelude to the true spectacle, the death of an ocean giant. When a whale, the largest of all living creatures, meets its end, the event is nothing short of cataclysmic for the marine world. On the rarest of occasions, a blue whale, 18 meters long, a living mountain of flesh and bone, may become lost, stranded in the shallow embrace of a lagoon. Weakened by hunger and the unfamiliar confines of the lagoon, the giant's strength ebbs away. Its immense body, once a symbol of power, now struggles against the inevitable. The whale's low-frequency calls, meant to echo across the vastness of the open ocean, now reverberate strangely in the shallow waters. These distress signals, once a beacon for kin, become an irresistible lure for the ocean's apex predators. The first to answer is a massive tiger shark, drawn by the vibrations and the promise of a meal unlike any other. For the shark, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A 40-ton carcass is a treasure beyond imagining, a windfall that will sustain not just one, but an entire community of scavengers. The tiger shark's serrated teeth make short work of the thick blubber, slicing through layers of fat and flesh with ease. Each bite is a testament to the shark's evolutionary mastery. As the feast begins, chemical signals spread through the water, carried by invisible currents. The news of the fallen giant travels swiftly, summoning others from miles around. Soon, more tiger sharks arrive, forming a formidable pack. Each is drawn by the promise of sustenance, each eager to claim a share of the bounty. For days the sharks work in relentless shifts, tearing away at the carcass. The process is slow, methodical, and unyielding, a testament to the patience and efficiency of nature's scavengers. By the end of the week, the once mighty whale is reduced to little more than bones, its vast reserves of energy dispersed into the bodies of countless marine creatures. The sharks, having consumed nearly everything, leave only the largest bones to drift down and settle on the seafloor, where they will provide shelter and nutrients for years to come. This epic event reveals the extraordinary efficiency of sharks as the ocean's ultimate recyclers. Their role is not one of mindless predation, but of vital stewardship, ensuring that nothing is wasted. The 40-ton problem of a decaying body is transformed into energy, its nutrients recycled and dispersed, fueling the next generation of life in the sea. The fall of a giant becomes the rise of many. In this way, the death of an ocean giant is not an end, but a renewal. It is a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all marine life, and of the vital role that scavengers, especially sharks, play in maintaining the health, balance, and epic grandeur of the world beneath the waves. Beneath the shimmering surface, where sunlight fades and the world turns to endless blue, lies a realm that stretches for thousands of miles. Here, in the heart of the Pacific, more than 85% of the ocean plunges to depths beyond a mile, forming a vast, mysterious abyss. This is a world of perpetual night, where the pressure is immense, the cold is unyielding, and silence reigns. The abyss is a place where only the hardiest survive, and every life form is shaped by the darkness. For ages, this desolate landscape was thought to be empty, a graveyard of stone and silt, untouched by the pulse of life. Yet even here, life glimmers in the darkness. Strange, luminous creatures drift and dart, their bodies glowing with ethereal light, signaling to one another in the blackness. Along the fractured seams of the earth near New-Caledonia, hydrothermal vents erupt with superheated water and clouds of minerals. Methane and hydrogen sulfide billow into the abyss, creating oases of energy in a world without sunlight. Here, life has found a way to thrive. Entire communities of tube worms, clams, and other bizarre creatures cluster around the vents, drawing nourishment from the chemicals that pour from the earth itself. The water around these vents can reach 350 degrees Celsius, yet the crushing pressure keeps it from boiling, creating a cauldron of life in the deep. Across the vast plains of the abyss, far from the warmth of the vents, life depends on a gentle, never-ending snowfall. This is marine snow, a delicate rain of organic particles drifting down from the world above. Each flake is a fragment of life, the remains of plankton, tiny pellets, and the silent descent of creatures that once swam in the sunlit waters. Together they form a lifeline for the denizens of the deep. This gentle drift is the foundation of the deep-sea food web, nourishing a hidden world of scavengers and survivors. But sometimes the abyss receives a far greater gift. When the massive body of a whale, stripped clean by predators above, finally drifts down, it is a windfall beyond compare. This is a whale fall, a rare event that transforms the barren seafloor into a bustling metropolis. For years, the carcass will feed a parade of deep-sea scavengers, each with a role to play in the cycle of renewal. The first to arrive are the scent trackers, drawn from miles away by the faintest trace of decay. They are the vanguard of the clean-up crew, guided by senses honed for survival in the dark. Among them, the hagfish reign supreme. Ancient and eel-like, they swarm the carcass in writhing masses, their toothy mouths tearing into flesh with relentless hunger. They are the deep's most voracious recyclers. Soon, the giants of the deep arrive. The Pacific sleeper shark, a shadowy titan, glides silently through the gloom. At up to 7 meters long, it is the largest of the deep-water fish, a master of patience and power. With slow, deliberate movements, the sleeper shark rips great chunks of flesh from the bones, feasting on the bounty with a calm, unstoppable force. Giant crabs, armored and methodical, gather around the remains. Their claws pick clean the bones, working tirelessly for years, leaving nothing to waste. Together, these scavengers form the deep-sea cleanup crew, They are the first responders, breaking down the whale's body and setting the stage for a new wave of life. As the years pass, the community changes. New creatures arrive, each adapted to the shifting landscape of bone and decay. Tripod fish stand sentinel on their long fins, while sea cucumbers drift and feed, and delicate crinoids wave in the gentle currents, filtering the last traces of nourishment from the water. Even the elusive vampire squid, a relic from ancient times, may glide through the shadows, its arms trailing like silk in the abyss. In the final act, colonies of bacteria and armies of tiny worms consume the fats locked within the bones. For decades, these specialists sustain a miniature world, drawing the last breath of life from the fallen giant. In this world, nothing is wasted. Every scrap is devoured, every molecule recycled, fueling the endless cycle of life in the deep. From the swift tiger shark patrolling the sunlit shallows to the tireless hagfish and patient crabs of the abyss, the ocean's scavengers are its silent custodians. They are the unseen stewards, cleaning, recycling, and sustaining the pulse of life in the deepest, darkest corners of the sea. In the shadowy realm below a mile of water, where sunlight never reaches and the pressure could crush a submarine, the deep-sea predators reign as masters of adaptation. Here, survival is a constant challenge, a test of ingenuity, patience, and evolution. The gulper eel is one such marvel. With a mouth that can open wide enough to swallow prey half its size, it floats in the darkness, its body trailing like a ribbon. When the time is right, it lunges, engulfing unwary fish and squid in a single, lightning-fast gulp. Its stomach expands to accommodate meals that may not come again for weeks. Nearby, the anglerfish drifts, nearly invisible in the gloom. A glowing lure dangles from its head, swaying gently, mimicking the flicker of a small creature. Unsuspecting prey, drawn to the light in the endless black, are snapped up in an instant by teeth-like needles. The anglerfish's jaws are hinged, allowing it to consume prey larger than itself, an essential adaptation in a world where food is scarce. Other predators rely on stealth. The black swallower is a master of patience, its stomach able to stretch to swallow animals whole, sometimes twice its own length. But this gamble is risky. A meal too large can spell its doom, leaving the swallower unable to move. In the darkness, vision is often useless. Instead, many predators embrace bioluminescence, communicating with pulses of light or luring prey with dazzling displays. The stoplight loose jaw can emit a beam of red light, nearly invisible to other creatures, giving it a secret spotlight to hunt by, unseen by its victims. The six-gill shark, ancient and ghostly, glides through the abyss with slow, deliberate movements. It can sense the faintest electrical signals, detecting the heartbeat of hidden prey buried in the silt. Its powerful jaws can crush bone, making quick work of anything it finds. Every adaptation is a lifeline. Pressure-resistant enzymes keep their bodies functioning in crushing darkness. Slow metabolisms allow them to go weeks without food. And when a rare opportunity arises, a fish, a squid, or the remains of a whale, they waste nothing. In these extreme depths, the rules are simple: adapt or vanish. The predators of the deep are living testaments to life's ingenuity, their secret lives unfolding in the perpetual night, far beyond the reach of human eyes. Here, in the abyss, every hunt is a masterpiece of survival, and every day is won by those who have mastered the art of the unseen. Beneath the shimmering surface, where sunlight dances across a mosaic of corals, an ancient guardian patrols. The reef shark, sleek, alert, and ever watchful, glides silently among the labyrinthine spires. Though often misunderstood as mere hunters, these sharks are the secret architects of the reef's vitality. Their presence weaves invisible threads through the ecosystem. By preying on the mid-sized fish that graze on algae, sharks create a ripple effect. Fewer grazers mean that algae do not overrun the corals, allowing these delicate structures to thrive. The balance is delicate. Remove the shark, and algae flourish unchecked, smothering the corals and turning vibrant cities into barren wastelands. Sharks also keep prey populations healthy. Their selective hunting targets the weak, the sick, and the old, ensuring that only the strongest survive. This natural culling prevents disease from spreading and maintains a robust gene pool among reef inhabitants. Biodiversity flourishes in this careful equilibrium. With sharks reigning at the top, smaller predators and herbivores find their own niches, and the reef becomes a tapestry of life, each species playing a part in the grand design. The coral polyps, the darting fish, the cryptic octopuses, and the grazing turtles all rely on the unseen hand of the shark to keep chaos at bay. In the intricate world of the coral reef, sharks are more than predators. They are guardians. Their silent patrols sustain the delicate balance that allows these underwater wonderlands to endure, unseen but essential, shaping the future of the reef with every silent pass. Out beyond the coral's embrace, where the blue deepens into infinity, the great wanderers of the ocean begin their journey. Pelagic sharks, like the majestic blue shark and the formidable mako, are masters of the open sea, vanishing into the horizon on epic migrations that span entire oceans. No coastline anchors their path. Instead, these sharks follow ancient routes, guided by senses still shrouded in mystery. Scientists believe they read the Earth's magnetic field, sense subtle changes in water temperature, and track the faintest scent trails carried by distant currents. Through these invisible maps, they navigate thousands of miles, crossing vast underwater deserts to seek food, mates, and safe nurseries for their young. Along the way, pelagic sharks play a vital ecological role. Their migrations connect distant ecosystems, linking tropical reefs with temperate seas and forging pathways of life across the planet's largest wilderness. As apex predators, they regulate prey populations in open waters, preventing outbreaks of smaller predators that could disrupt delicate food webs. Each journey is a test of endurance. They ride powerful currents, dive to chilling depths, and surface beneath the moonlight, always moving. Their presence signals the health of the ocean itself. When pelagic sharks thrive, so too do the countless species that depend on the open sea's balance. Though their travels remain one of nature's greatest mysteries, the silent passage of these oceanic nomads shapes the world beneath the waves, reminding us that even in the planet's most remote waters, every journey matters. Beneath the turquoise surface of New-Caledonia's lagoons, a delicate balance unfolds. A web of life where every creature, great and small, plays its part. Here the food chain is a living tapestry, woven from threads of energy that pass from sunlit plankton to the ocean's most formidable predators. It all begins with the microscopic. Phytoplankton, drifting in sun-dappled shallows, harness sunlight and bloom in vast invisible meadows. Tiny zooplankton graze on these plants and in turn become prey for shimmering schools of small fish, anchovies, sardines, and juvenile reef dwellers. These fish are the ocean's currency, fueling a cascade of hunters. Sleek jacks and agile groupers patrol the coral gardens, their sudden strikes keeping prey populations in check. Above, silver barracuda prowl the outer reefs, while below, octopuses and moray eels lie in wait, ambushing unwary passers-by. Into this dynamic world glide the reef's apex predators, grey reef sharks, whitetip reef sharks, and the occasional visiting tiger shark. Their presence ripples throughout the ecosystem, shaping the behavior of every creature below them. Prey fish school tighter, grazers become wary, and even the smallest invertebrates adjust their routines to avoid detection. Energy flows upward in this pyramid, but it also cycles. When a predator feeds, scraps nourish scavengers, crabs, shrimp, and smaller fish, who clean up the reef and return nutrients to the sea. Decomposers like bacteria and worms complete the cycle, turning what remains into the foundation for new life. The balance is precise. If any one link falters, If prey vanish or predators decline, the entire system shifts. Algae might smother corals or jellyfish could bloom unchecked. But when each player thrives, New Caledonia's waters remain vibrant, resilient, and alive, a living testament to the power of connection beneath the waves. Even in the untouched wilds of New Caledonia's seas, survival is far from guaranteed for the ocean's top predators. Here, the greatest threats often come not from humans, but from the natural world itself, a realm where every day is a test of resilience and adaptation. Competition is fierce. For every shark or barracuda, there are rivals vying for the same schools of fish, the same hunting grounds. A single missed meal can mean the difference between strength and weakness, especially for young predators learning the rules of the hunt. In lean times, even the mightiest must yield territory or risk starvation. Disease, though invisible, is a silent adversary. Viruses and parasites drift on the currents, striking without warning. A sudden outbreak can sweep through a population, leaving only the strongest or the luckiest to carry on. Wounds from battles or failed hunts can fester, slowing a predator and making it vulnerable to both infection and opportunistic rivals. The ocean itself is in constant flux. Sudden storms stir up the seas, scattering prey and forcing predators to adapt or move on. Shifts in water temperature can drive fish to new depths or distant reefs, leaving hunters to search unfamiliar territory. Even natural cycles, like El Niño, can reshape the entire ecosystem, testing the endurance of every creature within it. Yet these trials are part of the ocean's ancient rhythm. Predators that survive become wiser, stronger, and better equipped for the next challenge. From fierce rivals to relentless disease and the ever-changing sea, nature's tests ensure that only the most adaptable will thrive, preserving the delicate balance of life in New Caledonia's waters. In the end, it is this dance with adversity that shapes the ocean's greatest hunters, forging resilience in the face of nature's relentless trials.